Space, the final frontier. These are the voyages of the Starship Enterprise. Its continuing mission to explore strange new worlds, to seek out new life and new civilizations, to boldly go where no one has gone before.
Hello and welcome to part 2 of our Star Trek The Next Generation episode of Retrospection. Join our continuing voyage as we resume our look at the pilot episode Encounter at Farpoint. My name's Colin and what the hell, children are not allowed on the bridge.
And my name's Paul and I can't see as well as Geordie, but so far the material seems rather ordinary.
Oh, what is your script?
I've worked out on my script.
Ooh,
oh, thank you.
Makes a change.
Yes, put a lot of work in.
Previously on Star Trek The Next Generation, on Picard's first day as captain of the Enterprise, he meets the omnipotent alien Q, who places him on trial for the past crimes of humanity. Q sets him a challenge to prove the human race has changed by dealing with the mysteries of Farpoint Station. Meanwhile, Tasha Yar was frozen and defrosted, Riker ate an apple, and Commander Beverly Crusher bought some fabric. And now, the conclusion.
Oh, I would love it if they did it like that every week. But every time there was a two-parter, that would be amazing. That was better than Majel Barrett when she used to do it. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I do. Yeah. Before we continue, do you want to talk about the current state of Star Trek?
Do we have to?
Well, I guess. Well, we don't have to. No, there are no rules, pal.
There don't seem to be any rules in the current state of Star Trek either, Colin.
No, what's going on with it?
It's less of a science fiction show now, and more of a fantasy show, isn't it? That's the way I feel.
Yeah, it's more Star Wars than Star Trek.
Yeah, I mean we've got things like magic crystals, we've got blokes that can talk to planets, you know.
Right. There's no chain of command.
No. Everyone does what they want, and if someone tells them to do something, it's like whatever, isn't it? It's
roll
the
their
attitude.
eyes,
Yeah.
cry.
I find it quite sad and upsetting that this is where we are with Star Trek, because Star Trek, I think you feel the same way. It means a lot to me, Star Trek. It's something that's been with me for a long time, ever since I can remember. Probably at the age of 6 or 7 was probably the first time. I think we talked about this before, that I saw Star Trek, and to see it through all the highs that it went through for the original series and Next Generation and the movies, and then Voyager, and then back up with Enterprise, and in the middle of that we got DS9, which I didn't like at first, but you talked me around and I came to love. It's not the show it was, is it?
No, and in some ways it's frustrating because the production value is everything you would have wanted Star Trek to have.
Oh yeah, every episode looks like a movie, doesn't it?
Yeah, but the scripts are just terrible, and they're just so intent on not moving on.
Yeah, why do we always have to go back? Why do we always have to? I mean, we've had the Kelvin movies that were set in the original series, and now we got Strange New Worlds, and we had Discovery, which they kind of tried to fix by taking it forward into the far future, but why can't we just have something that continues the story on from the point where we were with the Next Generation?
Yeah, and then they borrow from canon, but then on the other hand, they ignore canon when they feel like it.
I think though, like we said last time, that comes down to the fact that the people writing Star Trek now, the most that they probably look into Star Trek is they watch Star Trek 2, they watch a handful of original episodes, they watch Best of Both Worlds parts 1 and 2,
Wrath of
Khan, and then they Wikipedia the rest of it, really, if they can be bothered.
Yeah. But it feels like the writers don't even like science fiction.
Well, no, because it's not science fiction, is it, anymore?
No, and they don't like science.
Give me an example. I know you've got one.
Well, there's that one with Picard where they use electromagnetic charge to stop, I think it was to stop the cars moving, the bus to move.
Oh, yeah.
And then she uses the same device to stun somebody with.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, in the new season of Picard, season 2, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But there's also mistakes like there's a scene in Picard where they say we don't take phasers back because it will upset the timeline. But then they've all got phasers.
Yeah, there's a massive shootout towards the end of the series with phasers flying everywhere.
So it's like not only are they not paying attention to the world of Star Trek, they're not even paying attention to what they're writing.
Well, I think what they need and what they're lacking now is, and I said this before, a firm hand at the helm. And as much as people like Gene Roddenberry and then after him Rick Berman have been maligned a little bit over the years, it misses those kind of people, I think.
Yeah, someone who just keeps check of everything.
Yeah.
It's almost like you could get a writer come in and write a story, right? And then they pass it over to a Star Trek writer who knows Star Trek and then shapes the story to fit in with the Star Trek world. That's what it needs.
And I think that's kind of what they always did before, isn't it? With people like Brannon Braga. And, yeah. But I think there's a certain... I don't know this for a fact, but I kind of get the feeling that there's a certain arrogance now. They don't need that anymore.
That they know better than the people out there.
We know what should be done, and you're going to like it. And if you don't like it, we don't want you to watch it.
Yeah, well, solved that one, didn't they?
Well, that boggles the mind, doesn't it? Because how can you produce a show and then turn around to 50, 60% of your audience and say, if you don't like it, don't watch it. It's not for you.
Yeah, it's a weird thing. You wouldn't get that in any other industry.
You wouldn't. No.
It's only this one now. It says like they bring up a show that fans love and then they change it so much that fans hate it, then complain that the fans hate it. It's like, well, don't make that show. Make something different.
I often wonder what state Star Trek would be in now, whether we would feel different about it if someone like Seth MacFarlane had got the job to showrun it, which was what he wanted. And he didn't get it, and that's why we've got the Orville.
Yeah, which the Orville has changed over the 3 seasons. Like the first season, it was supposed to be almost a parody of Star Trek, but they've really dropped that, and now it is almost like Star Trek.
And he said multiple times that he wanted to do Star Trek properly.
Yeah.
I mean, it couldn't be any worse than what we've got now.
No, that's true. Oh well.
But a lot of people like it. We have to say that. A lot of people do like what they're doing now. It does have its fans.
Seems to.
So it could just be it's not for us.
Yep. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. That should be a catchphrase.
We'd be saying it all the time, Colin.
Retrospection. It's not for us.
That's how we'd lead out most. If we did anything current, that's how we'd lead it out. Yeah. It's not for us.
All right.
It's just sad. I find it quite sad.
Yeah.
I mean, I rewatched recently Star Trek Wrath of Khan with my son, and we're rewatching the original series, and he's enjoying it every second of it, and he's got no desire to watch Strange New Worlds or Discovery or anything.
Now, is that your influence, or is it just his?
Well, for years he wasn't interested in Star Trek at all, and then one day he just said, "I'd like to try some Star Trek." No, I said, "Okay, where do you want to start?"
Oh no! This is how it went. Do you want to watch Star Trek, Jay? Do you want to watch Star Trek, Jay? Do you want to... Oh my God! Okay, I'll watch Star Trek, Dad. Stop mithering me about it. Ugh. That's how it really
went. It wasn't exactly like that.
You just kept leaving Star Trek figures everywhere.
Well, they are everywhere, to be honest with you.
Yeah. And talking of your son, in our previous episode, we thanked everybody under the sun for their contributions to retrospection, and you forgot one person.
Who was that?
The co-host, or the main host, I would say, of Junior Retrospection, Jay.
Junior what?
It's a podcast we do once in a blue moon about more
Oh,
younger
did I?
aimed
Oh.
shows. Yeah.
Well, all I can say is
And that's all we've got time for. So let's move on.
when you feel threatened, you tend to be defensive, Colin. Me, I'm talking about, not you.
All right. Yeah, I was like, wait, what? Where's this coming from?
No, he's better at it than me.
Oh, all right. Yeah, I have said I'm going to replace you.
No, I genuinely did forget my own son. So, Jay, thank you.
And Father of the Year goes to... not you. By the way, I was going to say, Rafa Khan, excellent film, is guilty, though, of shaping every Star Trek film since then.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. They all try and follow that template, don't they?
The revenge plot.
The worst one is the one that is the most obvious in is Star Trek Nemesis.
Oh, I was going to say Into Darkness.
Yeah, but Into Darkness is kind of a remake of Star Trek 2, isn't it?
Yeah, but badly.
Badly, very badly. But Star Trek Nemesis takes the template of Star Trek 2 and tries to move it into the next generation, and it doesn't work. Maybe you just can't catch that lightning twice in a bottle. It's impossible.
Yeah.
I did before we crack on with what are we doing? Oh yeah, Star Trek Next Generation. I did hear an interesting theory the other day about why modern Trek doesn't fit with the original series anymore. Why it looks different. Because Strange New Worlds is supposed to be a prequel to the original series, but obviously everything looks more from Enterprise onwards, everything looks more modern, doesn't it?
Yeah. I mean, I should point out that I don't care about that, but
neither do I.
Right.
But it was an interesting theory, so I thought I'd run it by you.
Okay.
So there's a few people that I didn't write their names down. So this is not my theory. This is other people's theory on the internet that Star Trek was actually soft rebooted all the way back at the end of First Contact.
Okay.
So First Contact happens, where we all know the story of First Contact. Enterprise goes back in time. TNG cast go back in time to stop the Borg from taking over and stopping First Contact and taking over the Earth. So that happens. The Earth is aware of the fact that there were these cybernetic creatures that were foiled by people from the future, which in an episode of Enterprise, Archer mentions that that Cochrane used to talk about these cybernetic creatures that were beaten by these people from the future.
Right.
So that didn't happen before in the original timeline.
Yeah, got it. Yeah.
So that changed the whole development of Starfleet and the Federation. They upped their game. They created all the technology got improved because they thought there's this threat out there that might change things, and that had a knock-on effect to other races, like the Klingons developed cloaking technology sooner than they did in the original series. That's why the Romulans ended up bumping into the Federation in Enterprise, whereas they weren't supposed to bump into the Federation until the original series. All that kind of, so it kind of all changed it. I thought it was an interesting theory. I mean, it's bullshit, but
it's desperate, but
but it kind of works if you keep that in your head when you watch it. It kind of works. So that's why the Enterprise in Strange New Worlds looks a little bit different than what we get in the original series.
Okay.
But there's so many Star Trek timelines going around now that you just don't know where you are, do you?
No. And the J.J. Abrams Star Trek, they didn't even seem to understand what a splintered timeline was. All right, shall we get back to Encounter at Farpoint?
Yes, let's do some decent Star Trek. Or is it? Who knows?
We see the Enterprise in orbit alongside the USS Hood. The hood separates and moves away. Picard walks onto the bridge and asks Riker if his message was sent. Bon voyage, mon ami, because, he's French.
I thought maybe he just gave him the finger and allowed raspberry out the window.
Out the window?
Out the window.
Opened the window on a starship?
Well, he's always standing at that window, isn't he?
Yeah, just staring out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that.
Is this Carry On Star Trek?
Oh, are we going to cast it? We are.
Oh, no. Oh, well, that's easy. Captain Picard is Kenneth Williams.
Really? I would have thought you'd said Sid James. No, Sid James would be Riker, wouldn't he? Yeah.
Ladies, man.
Hattie Jakes as Troi.
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
yes.
Data? Charles Hawtrey.
Oh, nice. Good call.
Yeah.
Yes. Tasha would be Babs.
Babs, yep. And Worf.
He's a tricky one.
Peter Butterworth.
Oh, yeah, you could. Oh, that guy with the twitch.
Oh, God.
I forgot the actor's name.
Yeah.
That'd be a great security chief.
My God.
Phaser keeps going off every time he twitches.
Yeah, I like that. And what about O'Brien? Or Con, as he is in this?
I don't know. Who have we got left?
Who have we got left? Oh, I know. Windsor Davis.
Oh, yeah. All right. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. There you go.
There you go.
We're
Carry on trekking.
We are straying very dangerously close to a porn parody, of which there are many.
Oh, yeah. I'm sure there are.
Not that I've seen them, Colin.
You've been in them. They pretty much knock on the head the old French thing, don't they? You don't really hear him speaking French. I think he swears in what episode? Murd?
Yeah, that's about it.
Last Outpost, maybe?
That's about it.
But they kind of stop it, don't they?
They bring it back a lot in season 2 of Picard, though.
I wouldn't know.
Fair enough.
Q appears on the view screen. Stop wasting time. At which point, Worf springs into action and raises his phaser. Picard shouts, Lieutenant, do you intend to blast a hole through the viewer? I mean, that's a fair question, and one that would have you wondering about this guy's ability for the future. I know. I expect the guy almost shot the TV, the head of security.
Well, he does promise to do better.
Well, you couldn't do worse than that, could you?
This is how I have conducted myself in all lines of work, Colin. I promise I'll do better.
Oh, right. At first, I thought you was going to say the quick reaction, but it's like, how?
No, that requires actual effort, Colin.
Yeah, I'm still waiting for you to respond to things from 1987.
I'll get there eventually. All
right.
This goes back to what we said in our last episode about. I really think Picard needs to check the CVs of his staff, doesn't he?
Yeah, that'll come up again later.
All right, okay.
Picard says, for this to be fair, they should be allowed to do it at their own pace. Q tells them that they have 24 hours. Worf apologises, and Riker gives him points for acting fast.
It's all a bit weird, isn't it?
Yeah, well done. You nearly blew a hole in the starship.
I like the way that Picard actually dressed him down slightly, and that kind of snotty... I know he's supposed to be French, but it's a very snotty British way, isn't it? It's very passive-aggressive of him, isn't it?
It was, yeah. Picard tells Riker that they are going to carry on as normal. If they are to be damned, let's be damned for what we really are, he says. A motto you live by.
I've been damned for a long time, Colin.
You have. We see the Enterprise and hear Picard's latest log entry. Personal log, stardate 41153.8. Of the 24 hours Q allotted us to prove ourselves, 11 have now passed without incident, and yet I cannot forget Q's prediction that we will face some critical test. On another matter, I've blocked the toilet again. You never hear logs like that. Personal log. Woke up. Didn't feel like going into work. I mean, it's not like we even earn money in this universe. No gold-pressed latinum for me. Called in sick. Went back to bed. In the ready room, Riker has explained to Picard that all the planet has to offer is an abundance of geothermal energy, and yet was able to build the base to Starfleet standards using material that cannot be created on that world. Picard seems skeptical about Riker's reports of almost magical moments when objects that are thought suddenly appear. And then Picard thinks, well, there's nothing threatening about a race trying to please them. But Riker thinks there's more to it. Could it be Q trying to trick them?
Do you think this is a bit weird that Picard's kind of like brushing it all off?
I guess I don't mind it here because he doesn't know who Riker is or anything about Riker. But if they were doing it like 6 years from now and he's like going, Riker, you know what you're like. You'd be like, no, usually he's pretty straightforward.
It plays though like he's kind of going, do you know the day I've had? You know, and you're here giving me more shit. I don't think so. I really can't be bothered with this. You know.
Yeah.
Did you notice
Maybe that's what it is?
Did you notice on Picard's desk that we don't have data tablets yet? Those weird laptop type things that they have where they spin them round.
Oh, I thought that was something that Commander Data was taking.
Data's tablets.
Yeah, sorry.
For his angina.
No, so he maintains that he's fully functional in every ability.
Oh, yeah. Those little blue ones. You know those very well, Colin, don't you?
Yeah. Do you know, Naked Time episode, that's what he says.
Yeah, I know he does. Yeah. They don't have those yet. He's got weird sort of plastic sort of see-through things that he's got on his desk.
Right. They also don't appear to be able to make tea. Because he has a kettle at one point, or a teapot or something.
It's like, oh shit, it's Star Trek. We forgot about those. What are they called? Those things that generate food and drink and stuff in the walls. What are they called?
What are they called, Paul?
I don't know. I can't remember. That's why I'm asking you, Colin.
Yeah, I can't remember.
Replicators.
There we go.
Maybe that was an authentic reproduction of the conversation that the writers had.
Yeah,
when they realised.
That's what we're doing. Well, maybe he replicated a teapot because he wanted a bit of tradition with his tea making.
What, and then the week after he just thought, oh, fuck it.
Yeah, he's getting
too much work.
He's got like half a dozen teapots. Because what does he do? Smash them and then replicate another one? Once you've done it once, you've got a teapot then,
That's true, that is true. He does have his fish in this episode. They're actually there, in his little fish tank. I often wonder what happened to those fish when that ship crashed in Generations. Yeah.
Oh, you're not bothered about the hundreds of crew that were killed.
No,
just the fish.
Well, I want to know what happened to the fish. I mean, they were prize fish. Do you think he had the same fish for the whole of like the series?
No, but he doesn't know he didn't. Data keeps changing them. They die and they don't tell Captain Picard that his fish are dead.
Oh, they don't die. You know what happens to them? Spot. That's what happens to them.
Oh, Spot. Yeah, it's just... What are you doing in my ready room, Lieutenant Data? Nothing.
Why is Spot soaking wet?
Well, he's been swimming in the holodeck.
Bit like Wesley later.
Yeah. They step out onto the bridge and Picard reveals that he's invited Councillor Troi to join them on their away mission to the planet. But it seems the two already know each other. Troi telepathically communicates with Riker, asking if he remembers what she taught him. She walks towards Riker. Can you still sense my thoughts? Out loud, she says, Pleasure, Commander. Riker replies, Likewise, Councillor. Picard asks, Ever you two, met before? He doesn't say it like that. Thus, right there, he shows more empathic ability than Troi does in the entire episode. Don't know why he needs a Betazoid when he can sense what's going on.
Yes. Yeah, he's figured it out, hasn't he? This is just Decker and Ilea all over again, isn't it?
Yeah, I never thought about that. I guess it is, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Oh, yeah.
It's that scene in the corridor, isn't it? When she
Yes,
says to him something like, you never said goodbye or something.
Right. That's just the most profound thought I've ever experienced you have for 100 episodes. Jeez.
Make the most of it.
I'm glad I was here.
It's going to be another 100 before we get to this again.
Whoa.
Oh, you visibly sagged there, Colin, when I said that.
I was just thinking every listener that, all two of them, that download our podcast, just sighing in despair.
It's niche. Now, does Troi lose this telepathy thing later? Because I don't recall it being a thing.
No, she doesn't use it much, does
No,
she?
I don't remember. I think she does it with her mum, doesn't she, in an episode in the first season?
Yes, they do. Actually, I know why she doesn't use it. I will tell you in a second.
Okay. You're going to make me wait.
So they enter the turbo lift, and Picard says, I considered it important for my key officers to know each other's abilities. Oh, we do, sir. We do, replies Troi. But telepathically to Riker, she says, I too could never say goodbye. Now, I take it back what I just said about Picard. It seems he is oblivious. I mean, it's because if Troi wasn't telepathic, just a ventriloquist, and Picard was like, you know I can hear you when you do that voice, right? She's like, no, I'm only inside Riker's head. I can still hear you. Worf, can you hear her? Yes, sir. Should I phaser the voice? I think she grew up thinking she had this ability. And then her mum told her that all betazoids can do it. And nobody ever explained to her it was real.
So they don't really have this... No betazoid has this ability.
No, has it? No.
That would be an interesting turn. I'd like that more, to be honest.
Yeah, but that's why you don't see it later, because at some point someone tells her.
It would make her a more interesting character.
It would, but, it'd make her a bit weird, wouldn't it?
It would work. You know it would work in?
Wow.
Carry On Next Generation.
Oh, yeah, it would. Yeah, no, Carry On.
Carry On Trekking, sorry. Yes, that's the better.
Yeah.
It would work. It would work in that.
Use the official
title. It would work in that.
It would, yeah. There you go. We should write this.
Add it to the list.
Okay.
How many Carry On movies are we writing now, Colin? About 7?
Oh, yeah, well, no, it's so many, yeah.
It's a shame they're all dead, isn't it?
God, keep it light.
Actually, no, Jim Dale's still alive. Oh, we forgot about Jim Dale. Who would he be?
Who did we say was Data?
Charles Hawtrey. I think Charles Hawtrey would make a better Data.
See, now you would make Jim Dale would be Riker, but then it's funnier if Sid James is Riker. Plus, Sid James is Riker. He could still do the same thing when he enters a corridor and looks at a passing crew member's bum that Riker does in every episode.
But he'd go...
Yeah.
Maybe Jim Dale could play the bad guy. Q!
Yes. Excellent work.
Yeah, there we go. We forgot about Q,
we did, because
didn't
we were just doing the crew, But yeah, Jim Dale's Q.
In all fairness, this episode did forget about Q as well for a while. So.
Yeah, we'll talk about that.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So they beam down to Zorn's office. Picard tells them that they need more information before they can make recommendations to Starfleet. Zorn has no objections, but he is concerned about a betazoid being at the meeting. Troi reveals that she is a half betazoid and can only sense strong emotions. Wouldn't you want a full betazoid on the flagship of Starfleet?
You never go full betazoid, Colin.
Really? Do you think Picard only realising it now? He didn't know. He's like, hold on. You mean my betazoid is faulty? Can I swap this one?
Can I take it back? I've still got the receipt.
Actually, she says something odd here. She says, I'm only half betazoid. My father was a Starfleet officer. That's not a race.
That's true, because he could be any race if he's a Starfleet officer.
She's betazoid. She's a Starfleet officer.
Exactly. So, yeah.
Does she mean that he's human?
I think that's what she's getting at. I think that's an instance of ill thought out writing. It strikes me like something that they would have said in the original series in very early season 1 episodes, where they're still kind of trying to find their feet a little bit, because there's that kind of idea in the original series, isn't there? Or that kind of inference where everybody's human in Starfleet, and Spock's like the anomaly kind of thing, because you never see any other alien races on the Enterprise other than Spock, do you?
That's true. But I guess for me, I always felt, obviously that's not true, but I always felt that it was the early days of Starfleet when it was original Star Trek, which now we say it's not, but it always felt like it was.
Yeah, that was the way to make it work in your head, wasn't it?
Yeah. Now Zorn says he has nothing to hide. Picard tells Zorn that Starfleet is interested in them building star bases elsewhere, but Zorn, he's not interested in that. He doesn't want to get into the starbase building business. Riker interrupts to suggest a trade, items that they need in return for architects and designers who could show them their techniques. But Zorn says his people do not like leaving their home world, and if Starfleet cannot accept that small weakness, then they will have to seek an alliance with somebody like, the Ferengi. Suddenly, Troi senses pain, loneliness, terrible loneliness, despair. She's sensing my life.
35 years ago. It's amazing, Colin.
Yeah. Troi could tell it's not the people on the planet, but something else. Picard asks Zorn what the source of this is, but Zorn says no and then gets angry. They build a base, luxurious in standards that caters for their every need. Picard replies yes, whilst avoiding our simplest questions. They get up to leave. Zorn tries one last tactic. The Ferengi will be very interested in a base like this. Fine, says Picard. Let's hope they find you as tasty as their last associates. Ferengi people?
We haven't met the Ferengi yet. We don't meet them until a couple of episodes into the first season, do we? I like to think that maybe, because isn't there when they meet the Ferengi in that episode that's coming, they don't know much about them, do they?
No, and I know where you're going. I like to think this is some kind of Ferengi propaganda.
Or it's Picard just trying to put the wind up Groppler a little bit. If we don't know a lot about the Ferengi, you probably don't either, so I could say anything.
It could be. But this idea of your enemy eating you is common.
Yes.
It is.
Yeah.
The Argentinians in the Falklands War thought that's what the Gurkhas did.
Really?
Yeah, they had that fear.
I wonder whether that's where it comes from in this, then.
When you don't know about... Well, it happens in every war. Like when you don't know the enemy, there's this propaganda about them that you either build up yourself or they build up to create, to scare you, basically.
It's actually a really good line, then, isn't it?
Yes. Yeah. We cut to a shot of the Enterprise orbiting the planet. Riker is looking for Commander Data. He asks an ensign on how to find Data. She shows him how to use the control panel on the side of the corridor walls. Couldn't he just use his communicator? Data, where are you? Oh, I'm on the holodeck. Cheers, mate.
Well, there's lots of instances of communicator usage in this that are problematic in this second half.
Yeah.
I
hadn't figured it out. Also, they don't really use the walls in other episodes that much.
No,
either.
And they certainly don't use those weird pointy arrow things that tell him where to go.
What if Data was walking around? Would the arrows keep trying to follow him? And he's gone left. No, he's gone right. He's gone right.
Quicker, pick up the pace. Come on, he's getting away from you. He's going to get in that turbo lift. Oh, he's made it.
Yeah, a big punching glove comes out and smacks Data in the face, so he can't keep walking.
Is that officer that Riker talks to a hobbit, or is Riker just huge? Because she looks like about 3 foot tall.
He is a tall man, though, isn't he, Jonathan Frakes?
He looks massive compared to her.
Yeah, he is like 12 foot tall.
12 foot tall?
Yeah,
okay.
At least.
You know that she's going on his to-do list for later, don't you? The way that he looks at her.
Everybody is on that list.
Do you think how many seasons did we get? 6, 7 of TNG?
7.
Do you think he worked his way through the entire crew?
Yes.
You do.
Yeah.
I often suspect as much. Yes.
Yeah.
With Riker.
Not just crew, visiting dignitaries.
Maybe his idol was Kirk, but then again, Kirk. That's a fallacy that Kirk did that, isn't it?
Trust me, Riker was an idol. Yeah, Kirk wasn't as much as a ladies' man as the myth would have you believe.
And certainly not like those Kelvin movies portray him as.
Right. Yeah.
But then again, that's not the Kirk, is it? It's a Kirk.
No, and that's because the writers just wikied it.
Yeah, Kirk snog a green woman every week, which he didn't.
No. So it turns out Data is in the holodeck. It's a seed of a forest, and Riker steps in. He's amazed. So only Galaxy-class starships have holodecks?
I guess so.
Right.
Then I read that this is another thing that they wanted to put into the original series, but they couldn't quite work out how to do it.
I think it'd be easy to do. Just build a set.
I suppose. I mean, as a storytelling device, holodecks are a great idea.
Yeah, but they're also a crutch.
Yeah, I was going to say they start off as a great idea, but then they tend to get overused, don't they? A little bit.
Yeah, because you could go anywhere in it.
Can you explain to me how they would work?
Oh, yeah,
I mean,
certainly.
Why don't you eventually run into a wall?
Because the environment moves with you.
But all right, maybe I'm being a little bit thick here, Colin. But how can the environment move with you? You're not on a treadmill. You're actually physically walking across a room.
That's what you think, but maybe the floor moves. Actually, I mean, this episode, it does have a wall in it.
That's what I'm saying.
We never see that again.
No. I don't quite understand it.
All right, well, don't.
But just don't understand it.
No, don't understand it.
Now you're falling into the trap of what modern Star Trek writers want you to do.
Oh, that's right. Don't think about it.
Don't think about it. Yeah.
Don't think
magic
about
crystals, magic time crystals. Don't think about it.
Yeah. Don't think about getting the Admiral out from the bomb by beaming her out. Don't do that. Just let her die. Anyway.
If you know, you know.
Yeah. So there's real trees and a river. Riker calls out. He runs across some stepping stones. One of them is a bit loose, and then he clambers over a hill. He hears whistling. Data is sat in a tree. He's having trouble finishing the song. Riker completes it for him. Data jumps down, as Riker explains. There's some puzzles down on the planet that the captain needs answering. He suggests I take you on the away team I'll be leading. They make the way through the trees, and Riker reveals that he looked up Data's record. He asks if his rank is honorary because he's a machine. Data says no, that he graduated Starfleet, but asks if being a machine bothers Riker. Riker says yes, a little. Data puts this down to the prejudice that humans have. Now Riker's bothered that Data thinks he's superior to humans. Data points out that it's a matter of fact that he is, but he would gladly give it up to be human. Riker smiles. Nice to meet you, Pinocchio. Data stares at him and Riker says, joke. Intriguing, says Data, causing Riker to reply, you are going to be an interesting companion, Commander Data.
There's a few things in this scene. Brent Spiner's playing Data like he would eventually play Lore, isn't he? He's not quite worked out what he's meant to be doing yet. Or the limitations of Data's character, let's say.
Yes, but let's say Data hasn't learned everything that he's going to learn.
Exactly. I mean, there's when this series started, there was a 6-issue Next Generation DC comic, and they didn't have a clue. They had Data losing his temper one minute and then saying he has no emotions the next. In one issue, in the 6-issue run, Geordi dies, and Data's crying.
Oh.
So nobody kind of knew what they were doing at all with any of this.
Right.
But the other thing is, it feels like they're setting up a friendship between Riker and Data, but it ends up being Geordi in the end, doesn't it?
Well, what's also interesting is apparently this was not supposed to be played the way that Jonathan Frakes played it.
All right, go on.
He was supposed to be like aggressive and distrustful of Data, but Frakes delivered the lines in a totally different way from what the writers thought was going to happen, and they were like, okay. And I like the way he plays it.
So do I. Yeah, and I think if he played it the way the writers intended, don't you think it would have made you feel different towards Riker? You would have felt,
yes, yeah,
what a dick.
But I assume the point was he was going to learn over time.
Yeah.
You know.
But it does feel like they're setting up a friendship, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
Although,
and they do have like, is it the episode where they go and find themselves in a hotel? They're stuck inside a hotel.
Season 2, the Royale.
Yes, that has like a Data and Riker together most of the time.
It does.
Yeah.
Although, modern Trek would have us believe that Picard and Data were besties. In an almost sort of Kirk Spock way, really, weren't they? Funny that, isn't it?
Yeah. That's the films did that.
Yes, I think it started in First Contact, didn't it? No, it started in Generations.
What? Oh,
when he's they're in the stellar cartography room and Data starts to have a panic attack, and Picard talks him out of it.
That's right. Yeah.
7 years, not a jot of that.
Not really.
No.
Data explains how the holodeck can seem so real by using transporter technology. After all, they convert matter to an energy beam and back again. Data shows Riker the rear wall of the deck, as you said. They hear Wesley and see him crossing the stones. He steps on a loose one and falls in the river. Data runs over and picks Wesley up with one hand.
Let him drown. That's all I'm saying.
I wonder why you're shaking your head.
Just let him drown. We were never here, sir. Okay?
Yeah. I should die. They exit the holodeck to find Picard walking past. He stares at Wesley dripping on the floor. Later in sickbay, Wesley asks his mum to get a look at the bridge, but it's against standing orders. Crusher reveals that her husband and Picard were friends. But Wesley wants to see it from the turbo lift, and she says she'll see what she can do.
She says it, but she's got that look that says, just shut up. Doesn't she?
Yeah, stop pestering.
I know that look well. Yes.
Yeah. Oh, you do?
Yes.
You get it or give it?
Beg your pardon? A bit personal.
You would. On the planet, Riker, Tasha, Deanna, Geordi, and Data have beamed down. Tasha suggests that they begin by examining the underside of the station. Deanna tells them that sensors did reveal some passages. She suggests that Riker and her take a look, but he dismisses this and tells Tasha and Geordi to go with her. Data and Riker will search topside.
Is she
then for some reason
just looking for an excuse to, reacquaint herself with Riker?
Yeah, well, she just wants to talk to him, make sure everything's all right, I guess. And he'd rather not. For some reason, Geordi just points and then they walk off screen.
It's a weird shot, isn't it? I think it's like, you were talking about dragging shots out just to keep the time up. I think that's what they're doing here, isn't it? There's no...
Yeah, because no one's saying anything. They just stood there. Then Geordi just points in the air and then they walk off screen.
There's
like
there's no reason to just linger on that, is there?
No, as soon as Data and Riker make their way to the off screen, that's when you cut. Yeah. Data finds nothing odd about the materials around them. It's exactly what Starfleet uses. Tasha then calls using the odd term team leader.
Yeah, that doesn't happen again, does it?
No. They found something interesting in the tunnels. They're in a passageway directly underneath. Geordi now joins in the party line. Apparently you could just cut into someone else's conversation.
This is the whole communicator thing, isn't it? I mean, people are just slapping those communicators left, right, and centre in this moment, aren't they?
Yeah. He says the materials of these walls is nothing they've ever seen before. Riker then asks the blind guy, how are you examining them?
Are you implying that perhaps Geordi is not exactly being above board with what he's talking about here?
Well, no, it's because Geordi says, I've never seen this material before. Riker's like, how are you examining these? Because, I want to draw the obvious here, mate. So, and then Geordi replies, every way, microscopically, thermally, electromagnetically, none of it's familiar. Riker asks Troi. She says she's avoided opening her mind because earlier it had been so uncomfortable. That's her one job.
Yeah, the one time where it actually would be useful to actually have these powers, she doesn't really want to do it. Because, it might hurt. Also, aren't they just walking around, not to be a spoiler or anything, but aren't they just walking around a gigantic space creature's guts at this point?
Anus. That...
I have to say that the it does look good, and the lighting and the sound effects really do give it a bit of atmosphere. This whole bit in the corridor, not the alien's guts, Colin, or its anus. I'm sure it looks fine.
I believe, Commander, we're in an alien's canal. Ah, how do you work that out, Data? Elementary.
They should have used that gag in the Sherlock Holmes episode that they do later. Yeah. Although I'm not sure you'd work it in.
No, it would have been a waste.
Oh, we're not. Are we doing that now, are we?
No, we're not. No. Riker says they need more information. So Troi opens her mind. Pain. Such pain. Riker orders that Data himself are beamed over to Troy's location, and when he's there, he apologizes to her. Pain. Unhappiness. Terrible despair. Riker asks, are you watching Star Trek Picard?
Yeah, I was thinking, come on, the script's not that bad, is it? I mean...
She says it's no life form like theirs. Riker asks Geordi again about what he could see, and he says it's no material he knows. They walk down a corridor. Now, I kind of like the creepiness of it all.
Oh, yeah, it feels great, this whole bit.
Yeah.
Although Geordi's kind of adding to the useless crew compliment at this point now, isn't he?
Well, it doesn't help that Riker's asked him the same question twice.
Exactly, yeah.
Back on the bridge, Picard hears a turbo lift open and sees Wesley. What the hell? Children are not allowed on the bridge. Dr. Crusher steps out. Permission to report to the captain. She also points out that Wesley is technically not on the bridge as he's in the turbo lift. Your son? Picard replies. Yes, you last saw him years ago when... She trails off. Picard agrees to let him on the bridge, seeing as, he's already there. Picard tells him that he knew his father and that he could look around, but don't touch anything.
I knew your father, Wesley. Oh, and I banged your mommy. But we don't talk about that. He did, didn't he?
Maybe your father.
He did, though, didn't he?
Do you think he did?
Yeah.
What? No. I don't think so.
I don't know. I often wonder whether that's what you just said then about whether they were kind of always hinting that maybe Picard was his real dad.
It's amazing they haven't done that in Star Trek Picard, isn't it?
Oh, we've got another season yet. You never know.
Oh, God, Lord. Yeah, we do, don't we?
You never know.
Right. This is the reunion one, right?
Oh, yes.
We're all going to hobble on.
Oh, yes. Although I did hear that apparently Brent Spiner is not playing Data.
Well, it doesn't matter. He plays everyone. He's everyone, isn't he? Which ancestor that looks like Data is he going to be now? Can... Doctor, what's the names?
Soong.
What's his name? Soong. Yeah.
I didn't like it when he did it in Enterprise, but I put up with it. I liked it even less in Picard.
Yeah, it's funny. Apparently, in the world of modern Star Trek, all ancestors and descendants look exactly the same.
I know. Don't get me started. There's a scene in Picard where Noonien Sung when he's Noonien Sung Junior, whatever he is, Junior. When his plans get foiled, he pulls out a file from his drawer and it says the Khan Project.
Let it go. Just let it go, people. Move on. Picard lets him sit in the captain's chair. He describes some of the equipment that Wesley knows all about already. A beeping sound occurs and Wesley presses a button. It's a perimeter alert. Picard orders them off the bridge as Worf confirms that yes, it is a perimeter alert. Ship sensors have detected an unknown vessel approaching. It's not the HUD returning. Picard orders the away team to beam up. The ship appears on the view screen. It looks like a flying saucer with a purple circle underneath, and it's not returning their hails. Picard raises shields and readies the phasers. The ship approaches. Picard calls Zorn and tells him about the vessel. Zorn says no ship is due to arrive. And Picard asks him about the Ferengi, but Zorn admits there's no dealings with them. It was just an empty threat. This ship is larger than the Enterprise. They always are, aren't they? Should build bigger ships.
They do tend to be, yeah. It's got a bit of a Close Encounters vibe to it, this ship, as well, hasn't it?
It goes, do, 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 do. Wow.
That was perfect, Colin. Perfect.
Says, if it was Modern Trek, it would play the Beastie Boys.
Oh, yeah. Less said about that, the better. I did like Will Wheaton's look of amazement as he was walking around the bridge.
Apparently that was real.
Did he not get out much?
Well, no, he's a Star Trek fan.
Yeah. Oh, yes, we know, don't we? Because he tells that William Shatner story every 5 seconds, doesn't he?
Yeah, so what I'm saying is it wasn't good acting, it was real.
Yeah, it was shit then, wasn't it?
Yeah.
You've won me over, yes.
I always say that everyone on Star Trek, their acting got better because they learned the skills and they got settled into the career, except for one who got worse as time went on.
But he disappears eventually.
Yeah, that's true.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So the ship fires a beam of light to the Enterprise and stops. It's a scan of some kind. Back in the tunnels, Deanna's still trying to sense the life form. She feels close to an answer of some kind. Data tells her that something is shielding the communicators and they can't contact the Enterprise. Deanna says, oh yeah, that's exactly the feeling I've been having. You know, that somebody doesn't want us communicating with the ship. Oh, that's handy, isn't it?
She's just coasting at this point, isn't she?
Yeah. I got to say, I feel bad for Deanna at this point because I've been ripping on her throughout the entire episode.
She gets better. The character does get better.
I don't think it's not her fault. It's the writing's not very good.
That's what I'm saying. The character gets better when they lose that thing, don't they, of her sensing something every 2 seconds.
Yeah. Riker says, come on, let's get to the surface.
Did you see that Geordi was looking directly into the camera as he walks off screen, almost as if the actor can't actually see where he's going and he doesn't want to walk into the camera?
Well, he's blind. He doesn't know there's cameras there. What are you talking about? He can't see.
I forget, Colin, it's real, isn't it? Yes.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. There's no cameras. He can't see. He probably doesn't even know he's in Star Trek. Yeah, I mean, you could put Geordi in a holodeck. It'd be all right, wouldn't it? Keep himself happy.
He'd never find a wall, would he?
No.
Wandering around for days.
Yeah.
I'd like that.
Well, yeah, would you? Stuck in a holodeck just wandering around?
Oh, it'd be amazing, wouldn't it?
Oh, the fact that you could create whatever you wanted. No.
What are you saying?
I wouldn't want to be one of the Enterprise cleaners.
Yeah, that is another thing. Where does it go?
Everywhere. Yeah. Clean up in holodeck 6.
And if you
clean up in holodeck 6.
If you have, so like Deep Space Nine, they had the club, didn't they, where they were always going, you know, with the singer and everything. Remember that? You know, with James Darren.
Wait. The jazz club. Oh, the one with the comedian.
That's the right. No, in Deep Space Nine.
That's TNG.
I'm talking,
a real club.
Yeah. No, it was a holodeck club, wasn't it? Run by that singer from the 60s, played by James Darren.
Why would you have a holodeck club on a station that has a bar?
Because somebody made it and they wanted it. Anyway, my point is that if you eat or drink something in the holodeck, does it just disappear inside you once you walk out of the holodeck?
No, it's real. Data explains that it's energy converted to actual matter.
So some of it's real, some of it isn't.
It's all real.
But in that episode where in the first season, where the holodeck characters walk out of the holodeck, they disappear.
Yeah, they can't exist outside of the holodeck.
So how does food and drink exist outside the holodeck inside your tummy? Tommy.
Do you when you have a burger, as you do every day?
No, well, not every day, but all right.
Can you see it in your belly?
No, but I know it's there, and I see it later.
So that's interesting. Like, so you're saying like maybe it doesn't affect you like calories?
Yeah.
So basically, it works like you think beer works for you, right?
That's how it works, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, you think you're on a calorie-controlled diet, but beer's not included because that doesn't count.
That's right. Yes, isn't that?
So holographic food is the same as beer to you.
Holographic beer.
Holographic beer. You can drink as much as you want.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Right. Sign me up.
Would you get drunk? Would you get drunk of holographic beer?
Maybe you're only drunk in the holodeck. As soon as you walk out of the holodeck, you're not drunk anymore.
Would you? No hangover either.
Exactly. Right? Oh, it'd be amazing. You could roll into work 2 seconds after you've just finished. Boom. Sober.
Well, how would your life be different than what it is in reality, Paul?
Back on the ship, Worf tells Picard that they still can't identify the alien vessel and that they aren't responding to any hails. Picard orders a scan, but their signal is just bouncing off. Suddenly, the alien ship begins firing at the planet, but not the station, just the old city.
Suspicious.
You sounded like Boris Karloff in Frankenstein. You know, where he says, drink good.
Woman.
Oh, it's funny you went there. I went drink.
Yeah, that shows where, what kind of people we are, right?
It does.
Yeah.
Riker and company find a passageway to the surface, witnessing the destruction of the old city. This set looks a lot like something from TOS, doesn't it? Of the
it's because of the background's very boring.
Yeah,
right?
it's just a red sky, isn't it? They used to do that a lot in the original series, didn't they?
Yeah, and it's just kind of ruins.
Mm. You think they would have done like a long shot, maybe a model shot. I mean, because they've done model shots. Farpoint Station's a model shot, or at least it's a CGI shot. Although I don't think they were using CGI then, were they?
No, it was models, yeah.
Riker orders Troi, Yar, and Geordi back to the Enterprise, while he and Data are going to check out what's happening. Not taking Yar, security chief, maybe could be useful.
Oh.
No?
Oh. Maybe he's not taking anybody that he's had issues with, like, relationships with.
No, that's Troi. I'm talking about Yar. Oh, you're saying he's been there as well? Oh, right.
Yeah, I'm saying he's been. That's why he's taking the android, because it's the only person.
Yet.
Yeah. So, do you have an interface part?
Yeah, I've heard you're fully functional. We've got lots of sockets.
That's true, yeah.
Troi becomes emotional, saying that she couldn't bear it if something happened to Riker. He reminds her that she's under orders, and she regains her composure, and they beam back up with the others.
Yeah, I like it. It's like, it happens, it's done.
Yeah, I mean, this scene would go on for a lot longer now, wouldn't it?
Be the whole episode if it was modern Trek.
Yeah, it would, wouldn't it? It would. It would be what the show was about, actually.
It would be, yeah.
I actually used to hate this moment, But
right.
Considering, like you said, how emotional Star Trek characters get now, this is nothing, is it?
No, she's stoic.
It's subtle, actually, in comparison. Yeah.
It is, yeah.
In his office, Groppler, love that name, Groppler. Groppler is begging Enterprise for help. And back on the ship, Picard just orders him turned down, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Do you do that to me?
Do I do what to you?
Turn me down.
Sorry, I couldn't hear you. Hold on a second.
Picard contacts Riker.
I'm
back
better.
now. Thank you. Picard contacts Riker, and after phasering his way through a gate, it's a bit weird, that bit, isn't it? Because it doesn't look like that gate's connected to anything.
No, he just likes using his phaser.
So I've heard, yes.
Yeah, you just got to get it out occasionally, wave it around.
He tells Picard that the old city is being destroyed, but oddly, there's no damage at all to Farpoint Station. Picard tells Riker about the alien ship, and Picard orders Groppler Zorn brought up.
Yeah.
Picard turns to Troi for help. Things must be desperate. As he is concerned about being put into a difficult position regarding the Prime Directive. But she's actually useful for once here. And she reminds him that seeing as the Bandai are in the midst of diplomatic discussions with the Federation, that gives him a little bit of wiggle room, doesn't it?
Didn't they make the Tamagotchi toys?
Sorry?
The Bandai people, didn't they make the Tamagotchis?
Well, when the whole Farpoint Station fell through, I mean, they had to get into other things, didn't they?
So that's what they went into. Yeah. Okay.
Did you ever have one of those?
No. I never saw the point in them.
You just kill them, don't you?
Yeah. Well, it's not even like, it's just not even real graphics. It's not like a little computer person on the Commodore 64.
Oh, you had to bring up the Commodore 64 one, didn't you?
Remember the little computer person?
Yes, I do. Yes.
You play cards with him, feed him. Yeah. The cassette was rubbish. The disc one was all right. The cassette was terrible, but the disc version was okay. You fed him, you played cards with him, and you could put music on and he would dance. And he would get sick, and you'd have to make sure he was okay. And if you forgot to feed him or anything, he'd die.
Did he die, Colin?
He died.
I'm not surprised.
I watched him die.
You watched him die, did you?
Slowly, every day.
How far away from the screen were you when you watched him die? Ooh.
Close. Very close.
Don't lean in like that. Don't like that. Picard orders phasers locked onto the alien vessel. When Q, do you remember Q?
Alien.
That's him.
Omnipotent.
Omnipotent.
Yeah.
Suddenly appears. He's still in his judge robes, and he mocks Picard, calling him a savage. And his voice is echoey again in this bit.
He's got the old reverb turned up.
He has. Q says, "Go on, use your weapons." Not quite like that, but...
Go on, use your weapons. Yeah, give it a go.
And he points out that humans... He points
cube.
out that humans never seem to follow their own rules.
It's true. You never follow your own rules.
What rules? But Picard tells him that his order was purely precautionary. Q then reminds him about all the Bandai casualties mounting up on the surface. So, yeah.
All those discarded Tamagotchis.
That's exactly what popped into my head as well. But Picard shows him that the order to send medical teams to the surface has already been given. So, jog on.
Isn't that where he refers to as the CMO?
And that's the only time that we ever hear that expression as well, which I really liked.
Because it's like
it felt really professional, didn't it?
Yeah.
Picard accuses Q of uncivilized conduct, then orders the Enterprise moved in between the alien and the planet. But Worf informs him that the ship control is gone.
Uh-oh.
Can you imagine if that was Picard's reaction?
He just goes, "Captain, we've lost control of the ship and we're plummeting into the Earth's orbit. Oh no. Oh no." Well, whew. That's a crisis. Why don't you just phaser it, mate?
That seems to be your answer, doesn't it?
Yeah.
On the planet, there has been an explosion, and Riker and Data are flat out on the ground, covered in dirt.
Now, why did they stay there? Why didn't they get further away?
Well, they're trying to get in to get Groppler, aren't they? And his office is in...
Yeah, okay.
All
right.
Data sits bolt upright, and Riker comes too. "Are you undamaged?" asked Riker. Data performs a quick diagnostic and tells him... Go on.
Well, you say quick. Data says to Riker, "Are you okay?" Riker's like, yeah, I'm fine, straight away. Riker says, "Are you undamaged?" to Data. And Data spends half an hour going, "Yeah, hold on. Yep, checking everything." Why does it take longer for Data to work out he's okay than it does for Riker?
I think it's because it gives the impression he's a machine, doesn't it? If he does a kind of that's what it's there for, isn't it?
It's like, "Data, are you okay? Hold on, I have to do a self-diagnostic."
It was the 80s, wasn't it? He's got to dial in.
Click. Yeah. Hold on, I turned the tape around, put it in the other side.
Yeah, I think it's there for our benefit rather than it actually making any sense.
Yeah.
But he says all systems are operating. And he kind of smirks as he helps Riker to his feet as well, Data, doesn't he? He's a little bit... His expression is kind of like, all right.
Well, he's superior, isn't he?
Yeah, but we lose all that, don't we, eventually? Takes a few episodes, I think, but we eventually lose it, don't we?
Yeah.
Heading into Groppler's office, they find him cowering under his desk. He begs them to send it away. "Who's they?" asks Riker, to which Groppler pleads ignorance. Data believes Groppler's lack of knowledge to be unlikely, as he supervises the Bandai's contacts with all other worlds. Riker turns to leave, when suddenly Groppler screams in pain as a transporter beam of some kind snatches him away. On the ship, Q mocks them for not even knowing who has taken Zorn. Riker wonders if it's Q at first, but Troi informs Picard that now she's sensing great satisfaction.
Mick Jagger's on the ship.
Oh, that'd be amazing, wouldn't it?
I would, yeah.
Flapping his lips around.
Yeah, doing that weird dance he does.
And Q refers to Picard as a dullard. That amused me.
It did.
For asking if the sensation is coming from the same place as before. Troi tells him no, this is much closer.
Oh.
Riker and Data arrive back on the bridge as Picard orders Q to either leave or finish us. There's not a lot to this second half of this episode. It just occurred to me. We've had a really strong first half, and there's not much to this second half, is there?
Yeah, you mean the first half that I had to do, all the detail and characterization and dialogue, and then the second half, which is nothing.
I like it like that. Why do you think you always do the first half of everything, Colin?
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
I'm well aware.
Q agrees as long as Riker beams over to the ship and investigates. Picard is reluctant to send any of his people over, but Riker replies that he wants to go. And Q looks at Riker, musing that he shows promise. That's a hint at what's to come, isn't it, in another episode?
Yeah.
Riker then rails on Q, telling him that haven't they proven by now that humanity is no longer a savage race? But Q tells them that they must still prove that, and disappears.
Yeah, puff of smoke.
What?
It doesn't disappear a puff of smoke.
Did I miss something?
It's a poof.
As Picard heads for the turbo lift, Riker asks what he will do if they can't prove their worth to Q. I'll attend to my duty. To the bitter end, asks Riker. Picard smiles. I see nothing so bitter about that. That's a great moment. That's the best moment in the episode.
It is, yeah. Yeah, tend to my duty. He's blocked the toilet again. If that's it, he's like, it's just because lift doors open and then they open up again slightly and he goes, toilets, Riker. No, sure.
You get Worf on that though, wouldn't you, really?
You would, yeah.
He'd attack that U-bend with his brush, like...
Phase it.
Yes.
It shoots everything.
You've got to say, and we have said it multiple times at this point now, but this is Picard, isn't it? This is the version of Picard we get now. He's not the same person. All right, he's older.
No. I think this isn't exactly Picard. I think season 3 or 4 is Picard. I think this is still early prototype Picard for me.
But he's still
too uptight and shouty. He thinks he's on a Victorian sailing ship where you have to yell at everybody and shout commands. Because on a sailing ship you do, because you've got a lot of noise. You don't have to shout when you're on a upholstered, carpeted bridge. So he's still got that too uptight, but it mellows a little later on. Not too much, just a little.
You'd take it though, wouldn't you? Compared with what you've got now.
Oh, yeah. It's 1,000 times better than what we end up with, yeah.
Picard goes to see Crusher and apologises for his behaviour earlier. And he even praises Wes for his abilities. But that hurt.
Yeah, I bet it did.
But he then goes on to basically try to get her to quit her job so that he doesn't have to put up with her and her annoying kid. Or was I reading that wrong?
Yeah, it's also weird that, again... I complained about this in Modern Trek, but it appears to go back to this as well. Like, wouldn't he know who his chief medical officer is? So at first I thought, okay, maybe she was chief medical officer aboard the Enterprise before he came aboard. But then she says she chose that assignment.
That's right, yeah. Mm-hmm.
So it's like, how does he not know who is that how it works on a ship? You don't know who your doctor is?
I find that really hard to believe.
It seems weird, right?
Yeah. I think it's
you don't know who your nurses are or your your cadets. You don't care about
But
them.
you'd know who all your chief of staffs were, wouldn't you? At least.
Yeah, you would.
Yeah. I think it's a contrivance for dramatic purposes, isn't it? Yeah.
Conflict, yeah.
But tells him plainly that if she had any issues regarding Picard and her husband's death, she wouldn't have requested the job, as you said.
No.
He shakes her hand, welcomes her aboard, mutters something about being friends, and then gets the hell out of there.
Yeah, he's done. Woof.
So Riker, Yar, Troi, and Data beam over to the alien ship into an identical corridor to the one underneath Farpoint Station. But without any signs of power. Troi then feels anger and hate directed towards the Bandai City, or at least it wasn't me.
Oh, it makes a change, doesn't it?
He does. To which Data starts to just comment on things that everybody already knows, to which Riker tells him, "Don't stop, my friend."
Yeah.
So there's that hint that there's going to be some kind of relationship between the two.
Right.
Unless, like you say, he's just looking to plug him later.
Terrible turn of phrase, but okay.
Well, I say plug because he's a machine, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah. I wasn't being rude. I mean, it
Oh,
would
you
be
weren't?
like
I thought you-
it would be like plugging something in, wouldn't it? I mean, he's got
guess so.
sockets.
All right, can we move on?
You don't want to talk about
this
Data's
whole
sockets.
conversation.
All right.
Yeah, no.
Riker is giving a live commentary to Picard, telling him he sees no controls or readouts of any kind. And Troi tells him that Groppler is just ahead. They hear Groppler
No, he's not.
scream.
That's not true. There's a body. He's got arms. They're just ahead at all. Can you imagine if she did that? Saw on his head. Picard's like, holy Christ, he's just ahead. Beam him back, quick. They're chopping bodies off. No, wait, Captain, sorry. Turn a phrase.
It would be better than this.
Yeah.
They hear Groppler screaming, full-bodied scream, not just a head, and find him suspended in mid-air, surrounded by a force field that seems to be torturing him. Troi suddenly realizes that she is only sensing one alien presence, and when Groppler screams that he doesn't know what the alien wants, Troi says he's lying. Isn't Groppler technically an alien?
Yeah, he is. He is an alien.
But she's only sensing one alien presence.
Well, I mean, I assume we already know who Zahn is. She means she's sensing an alien presence other than Zahn.
Should be clearer, Troi. That's all I'm saying.
We really pick on her, don't we?
I was going to do some weird Picard joke then, but I couldn't actually make it work in my head, so I won't do it.
Okay.
Yes, we do, and it's unfair, and we're very naughty, and we shouldn't do it.
No.
Although we did pick on Yar quite a bit as well. Well, that's even worse. That means we're just picking on the female character.
Oh, yeah, you are. The only reason we've not picked on her in the second half is because she's got nothing to do.
That is true. Yar does nothing in this second half, does she?
No, all her stuff's in the first half. And you wonder why she quit.
That's true. We've picked on Worf quite a bit.
Yeah.
I think that evens it out. He's got a big head.
Yeah. It's true, and he's a bumbling fool.
Yeah, that's interesting how that changes as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
Too many people on the bridge. That's all I'm saying.
Yes, definitely.
Riker and Data phaser the force field, releasing Groppler. And I like the little moment that they take to compare phaser settings before firing. There's no sort of like phasers to full or something like that. They just a little look at each other's phasers and compare it before they fire.
Right. Yep.
Because you would. I mean, why would you have to say it out loud? These people are professionals, aren't they?
That's true. Yep.
Groppler is released, which seems to anger the alien. And on the bridge, they see the pulsing lights of the ship begin to change. Q reappears, now in a Starfleet uniform, and he informs them that their time is up. Picard tries to beam his team back, but he can't even contact the transporter chief. So, is this O'Brien?
Yeah, he's still sat in the battle bridge going, where is everyone? Where have they all gone? No one told me we weren't done with this. Oh well.
Either that or from previous evidence, he probably wouldn't have even noticed that he's alone, would he?
He's just still sat there going, pressing buttons, and I'm flying this ship.
Trying to see if he can get Spotify on his console.
Yeah. Yeah.
Picard humbly tells Q that his people are in trouble. Q smiles and sits in the captain's chair, which causes a reaction on the bridge.
Like a rash?
Well, everyone kind of jumps up, like, how dare you sit in that chair?
Wesley sat in it.
For a second, and he kicked him off, didn't he?
Anybody could sit in that chair. I've sat in it.
You have, haven't you?
Yes.
Very jealous. Picard orders everyone at ease and asks Q for permission to get his people back. And this is really well played by Patrick Stewart, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's like, again, he's showing what a captain he is. Because you know that he wants to just kick Q off his ship. but he's doing what he has to do. Even going as far as telling him that he'll do whatever he says.
That's right. Yeah.
You wouldn't say that to Q in Picard.
Yeah, it depends where they plan. Yeah, right, I see your point. Yeah.
Suddenly, the away team, along with Groppler, materialise on the bridge, as Q reminds Picard of his last few words. But Troi and Riker tell Picard that the agreement doesn't stand, as it was the alien that returned them, not Q. Troi then goes on to say that it isn't a vessel, but it's alive. And in the background, Q is trying to get Picard just to fire on the alien and have done with it.
Yeah, he's saying, like, just shoot it. Fire all phases. He's not like going, oh, gesticulating.
He needs to get onto Worf, because you know if Worf was on that console, he'd be like...
Yeah, he's talking to the wrong guy. You're right.
He is.
Yeah.
Groppler also wants Picard to fire, saying that the alien was killing his people. Was there a reason? Picard asks. And Q points out that it's an unknown. Isn't that enough? To which Picard replies that if he'd earned that uniform he's wearing, he'd know that the unknown is what brings them out there. This all feels so different to the explosions and bloodshed of modern Trek, doesn't it?
Yeah, they would be punching each other at this point.
Oh, I mean, we've got eye gougings, we've got God knows what going on in modern Trek, haven't we?
You sounded like someone selling something.
We've got eye gougings, we've got...
frontal punches, we've got neck holds. And if you want, roll up, Rob, 2 for 1, 2 for 1.
It doesn't have to. I mean, this is Gene Roddenberry's influence all over this, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
It reminds me a lot of the end of The Cage.
Yes, okay.
It's all, we need to understand what's going on rather than just react to it.
Yep.
They then discuss the identical tunnels and why Groppler was being punished, perhaps for some wrong he's inflicted on another creature. At this point, Groppler blurts out that all they did was help the thing. Whoops.
Yeah. What a fool.
Did I say that out loud? I thought it was just in my head.
Yeah, worst villain ever.
Yeah. Picard figures it out, that the ship and Farpoint station are creatures that can convert energy into matter, and he orders a beam of energy directed at the station. The ship then grows tentacles and becomes a gigantic space jellyfish.
So the Farpoint station disappears, right? And turns into... Yeah. What happened to all the people in the Farpoint station?
Dead.
Oh. All right.
Maybe they evacuated it.
I didn't hear that. Didn't see that.
No. I'm reading between the lines.
Yeah.
Or maybe the alien just ate them. They're in its guts at the end of the day, aren't they?
That's true. Well, it doesn't need to eat them then. They're already there.
Instant absorption.
Ooh.
Yeah. That sounds good, doesn't it?
It sounds like a tissue advert, but yeah.
It turns out that the Bandai captured one of these creatures, its mate, and fed it just enough energy to keep it alive and able to do whatever the Bandai required of it. Q points out that he sees now that this was too simple a puzzle and that generosity was always his weakness.
Yeah. I'm like Q.
Really? Go on. This should be good.
Yeah.
Go on.
No, I'm just saying generosity is my weakness. I keep you doing stuff. Keep you,
I didn't realise you were my Kura, Colin.
Oh, Pop, we're all your Kura.
Yeah, that's probably true, actually. Yeah.
Ah.
They feed the station creature an energy beam. It comes alive and turns into a creature that skips off into space, holding tentacles with its friend.
Yeah.
It's also a bit...
Not sure it skips.
Well, they could if they would. They would if they could,
right.
even. Got that the wrong way around, didn't I?
Oh.
It's also a bit of a Star Trek the Motion Picture moment as well, isn't it? It feels like...
Yeah.
The whole...
You think of that like... New intelligence.
Exactly.
Well, it's not new intelligence, but it is to them.
Yeah. This bit always made me laugh, though, when Troi describes a feeling of great joy and gratitude. I don't know what it is about the way that she delivers that line. It just makes me chuckle.
Maybe she just signed a 7-year contract.
That's true. Picard turns to Q, and he basically tells him to get the hell off his ship. Q agrees to go, but before he finally disappears, he tells Picard that he will not promise never to appear again.
Ooh.
We zoom in on Picard, who gives a wry smile to his crew.
Yeah, we'll see him again.
I think we might.
And again. And again.
And again. It's later, and we see the Enterprise still in orbit. Captain's log, stardate 41174.2. It was a bit too Shatnerish, that, wasn't it?
It was very aggressive.
It was.
Was that an angry log?
We've all had an angry log, Colin, haven't we?
That's true, we have, yes, yeah.
The agreement for the rebuilding of Farpoint Station has been completed per my instructions. It's a very short log entry.
But he's got places to go.
He has. And we cut to the bridge with everyone at their stations reporting ready. Did you notice as well that there's a very severe lack of O'Brien in this second half?
Well, I told you, he's still at Battle
He's still on there, isn't he? Yes. How long do you think he stayed there before you realised, better go, really?
Well, when did he first appear in the transporter room?
Season 2. 3? Season 2, wasn't it?
3.
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, when did he meet Keiko?
I can't remember now.
Yeah, I don't remember that either. She just appears, doesn't she?
Yeah, at some point, yeah.
Riker hopes that this adventure isn't the way that their missions will always go. Oh no, number one, smiles Picard. I'm sure most will be much more interesting. And leaning forward, he whispers, let's see what's out there. Engage. And they warp off on many more seasons of enjoyable quality Star Trek. Oh, do you remember those days, Colin? Do you remember those?
I do, yeah. Fond memories.
And that's the end of the pilot episode of Star Trek The Next Generation.
Nice. So, Paul, what did you think of the pilot episode?
If I'm looking at this as a two-parter, which we have, then it's fair to say that this second half is the weaker half, I think.
Yeah.
The first had the introduction of a new ship, a new crew, new everything, which can't help but be more interesting than what's to come in the second half. You had the trial, you had the source of separation, you got the McCoy cameo.
Right.
This had lots of talking and space jellyfish.
Yeah.
Yeah. But having said that, there are still some nice little moments between the characters, particularly Riker and Picard. They seem to settle a bit more into the roles in the second half than they did in the first half, I think. The stuff in...
It's interesting because it's probably not filmed in that order.
Probably isn't, which is weird, isn't it? But it feels like it when you watch it. And the stuff in the alien corridors was good on the planet.
Yeah.
So, as a whole, it's very flawed in places as a pilot. And you can see that people are feeling their way into what this new Star Trek is going to be.
Yeah.
But I do think it's a much stronger pilot episode than I ever gave it credit for back in the day. And there's no doubt whatsoever that this is 100% Gene Roddenberry's vision of Star Trek. More so than the original series was. His
Right.
fingerprints are all over this.
Yeah.
And I kind of miss that.
Oh.
Makes me quite sad watching it, really.
Oh, don't cry.
I'll try.
He's crying. Everybody's crying.
Try not to.
Tears
I'll try
rolling
not
down
to.
his face.
But, is it a hit? You know,
That's the question.
I think I'm going to say yes. Because it is the episode that launched 7 seasons of good Star Trek. And it sets it all up nicely. So yeah, I'm going to say it's a hit.
All right.
What about you?
I agree with everything you've said so far. You could tell, though, that it's two different stories that's been slapped together.
Oh, you can see that the Q thing's just tagged onto it.
Yeah. Oddly, because, the Q thing is what people remember and goes forwards into the series. But yeah.
Do you think that might be that nobody cares about giant space jellyfish?
I don't know. I think we need to start voicing support for space jellyfish. I think they need more people to speak up for them.
Do you want to start a movement?
Yes, I do.
Okay,
yes.
you heard it here first.
Yeah, don't give them the welly. Support the space jelly.
I like it. Okay, t-shirts coming soon.
Everybody should wish to be a space jellyfish.
Okay.
What's that in the sky? It's a space octopi.
Oh, God.
I think you have to also give it credit for being the first new Star Trek since the original series, in that it's got a lot of problems because it's exploring something brand new. Every pilot that's come since then in Star Trek, whether it be Voyager, DS9, Enterprise, is built from the mistakes made in this pilot.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I can see that.
So I think you have to remember that. And some of the acting's a bit odd. Deanna Troi's character is not very well written. But again, it all seems to be because they weren't sure about the characters. I don't know whether it was a rush to get it written and produced.
Mm-hmm. And we should say, shouldn't we, that we have poked fun at Troi quite a lot in this episode, but it is purely down to the way it's written.
Yeah, it's got nothing to do with the actor.
No, not at all.
Yeah, so, and of course, you read that the actors didn't really know or have the time to develop their characters. But it's funny because I don't think we would be saying this about any other pilot, this kind of defense for it.
Oh,
it's because
no.
of Star Trek.
Well, no, but is it because it's Star Trek? Or is it because we have such a nostalgic view of this? Because there's been Star Trek pilots since this, which we've been less understanding about.
Well, which ones don't you like compared to this one? Oh, that you rate lower than this one?
The Voyager pilot, I think, is terrible.
Oh, you do?
Mm-hmm. I think it's dull.
Because, it's dull.
It's dull.
Okay.
The Deep Space Nine pilots, again, I find that top heavy as well. All the good stuff's in the first half of it, I think.
So I think, and I think you might agree with me there, I surprisingly think the Enterprise pilot is the best pilot.
And don't you think that comes from, like you said, that they've learned from mistakes?
Yeah, they've learned from Voyager.
Yeah, and it's a lot of the
TNG.
same creative team that worked on all these Star Trek series, Rick Berman in particular.
Exactly.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. I mean, Enterprise is, on a whole, I think it's a show that's getting more traction and recognition now, oddly, all those years later than it got at the time.
Yeah, seems to be.
I'd take another season of Enterprise any day over what we're getting now.
Yeah, I agree with you. Mm-hmm. I would too. Yeah.
I wasn't necessarily talking about old pilots. I was talking about the modern Star Trek pilots. They are Star Trek. At the end of it is it has the Star Trek name on it.
Oh, yeah, I think the Discovery pilot is terrible.
Mm-hmm.
The Strange New Worlds one is all right, but it's very forgettable.
I was going to say the exact same thing about both. Yeah.
The Picard one, I can't even remember.
Nope. I think I've erased it from my mind.
Yeah. Yeah, I haven't got a clue what that one was like. And that's it. So, is the character of Farpoint a hit? Ooh. Yeah, I think so. Again, I'm like you. You've got to bear in mind everything that it's created and that's come from it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a hit.
Is it, and just to wrap it up, is it more of a hit than The Cage?
Well, The Cage is a failed pilot.
Okay, so is it more of a hit than... is it more of a hit than Where No Man Has Gone Before?
I think it's got more values of Star Trek than Where No Man Has Gone Before, because that was made to please a studio, or a network, I should say. So that's why it has the action sequence.
Yeah.
Is it more into... But Where No Man Has Gone Before is entertaining.
Yeah, it's an adventure story, isn't it?
Yeah.
And it's got William Shatner ripping his shirt, which we'll see many times in the future.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Which you love.
Well, I'm a big William Shatner fan. I wouldn't like to see him do it now.
Bet you would.
I would actually. Yeah, I agree with everything that you're saying.
All right, so there you go. That's it for a two-parter. And finished off 100 episodes.
Mm-hmm.
Now into the next 100 episodes.
And beyond. Do you know?
Yeah, but yes, leave it there.
You know what they say in Star Trek? And the human adventure continues.
You know what they say in Star Trek? Beam me up.
No.
So thank you to our Patreon supporters, and don't forget you can email us at info@retrospectionpodcast.com. You can visit the site retrospectionpodcast.com, and you can still message us on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram. Please rate and review us wherever you download the podcast. And remember, half a Betazoid is better than no Betazoid at all. Goodbye.
Bye.